This is the 70 May dashcam. Hi there folks, Gareth here, and this is the Xiaomi 70 Mai dashcam. Mai is M-A-I, May if you like. This is essentially a dashcam that is released by Xiaomi. You can pick it up from various different retailers online. Buying Good have them, GearBest have them, but crucially it's pretty cheap. You can pick it up for roughly about $40 or £30 here, there and everywhere. And we're going to have a quick look and see what you get inside the packaging, and then we're going to take it out for a bit of a road test, see how well it does, and then work out whether or not to chuck it in the bin or recommend it to you. So inside the packaging, we can see the dash cam is there on top. To the side we have there is a micro USB cable to USB cable, and it's quite long, really. It looks like someone's already been in this before me. I have never opened this yet, so perhaps obviously this would be a little more intact if it was a brand new option for you. And then the camera is stored on this side. We'll have a look at it in a second. And then a fairly simple little USB lighter plug-in charger affair. It's very dinky actually, I quite like that. Yeah, although you can't plug in multiple USBs, but that would require a larger connector. Okay, that's pretty much it for that. The camera itself appears to be missing a screw. Yeah, so that should fit on there. Maybe it's it's come off in the packaging, and it's actually quite a nice screw, to be honest. We'll get that attached there. Right, so there we have it. This bit sticks to your windscreen like so, and then that points out the window, and you have, that looks like a speaker there. There's a sticker there that probably puts it's a test sample or something. We have on the back a USB connector and a micro SD card that comes inside, which is 16 gigabytes, and that's micro SD HC1 and U1 or UH1 or whatever you like. So a bit of protective plastic around there. That might be a microphone just to the right, or a reset switch. I'm not sure at this point in time. Over this side, if I can get this off. That's the power button. It's powered up then, I'm guessing. We'll take that off as well, although it does look to have left some residue. And then up here there might be another speaker, or perhaps it's just heat dissipation, and you can tighten that up there like so. Around this side there are two little holes here which are quite obvious. Maybe again microphones, who knows. So it all seems fairly simple. How does it work? Well, we have to connect to an application, and that application would be this one here. It's called the Y, or Y, is that a capital I or a lowercase l? Difficult to tell. It's a dashcam application. Drive smarter, faster. It's had 100,000 downloads. It's got an average rating of 3.7 from 600 people, and it does photography and stuff like that. Looks quite simple. Initial reviews are quite strong. Nice app, missing feature of batch downloading. That could be a bit of a pain, but you should only be looking for one particular video whenever you're going to use it, rather than going and grabbing everything. And we open her up. It's a 2017 version, so we have to add the device. Now to do that, we have to click to power on the device. Press open close Wi-Fi spot. You gotta love it whenever that happens. The device is not depicted there. Okay, so pressing it once will flash red light, which means there's a low battery. And we're now searching for the dash cam. I've just selected this one at random. Dash cam not found. Okay, we'll try one of the other 3 that are available to choose from. Okay, unfortunately we've had to move away from that application and go to their website and download another one. So this must be some kind of repackaged camera. I'll stick a link in the notes below as to where I've got this particular app from so that you can avail of it as well if absolutely necessary if you've bought one of these. Right, and we're installing the application now through the package installer. And F-Secure has voted that as a safe application, so we're going to sign up for an account. And in order to sign up, we have to get a security code, which is going to be sent in 40 seconds time. And the security code did come through just after the 60-second countdown. User agreement to agree to, and we have to add the dash camera. Make sure you've got Wi-Fi hotspot turned on, which I'm pretty sure we still do. We hit connect. And we've connected to the dash camera. So we can open it now and hopefully see the ceiling. Okay, so there's some instructions there if you want to freeze frame. If you happen to have bought one of these, that might be useful. Click to power on, click to open and close Wi-Fi, click 3 times to format the TF card, 5 clicks to restore default settings, and press and hold power off. Dashcam state. Blue means not recording mode, green means normal, non-rally recording, and then red means error in recording. Non-rally. Breathing state. When Wi-Fi turns on, the indicator is breathing state. When the dash camera executes temporary task, the indicator is flashing. The dash camera is running. The following voice commands are supported. Okay. So, yeah, we have a picture going on. We have a nice amount of walleye vision there. And, so, I guess we're supposed to be sticking this up in the car right now and getting to the right angle. We'll just say that's done. The perfect travel companion. The voice and power will be disabled while the app is accessing the dash camera. Okay, don't remind me about that again. So there we are, we can...
Photo was saved.
So that appears to have been saved to the device as opposed to the camera itself. We can go to the album. Recording will be stopped while we access the album. Okay. And we have one photo. That's actually... Okay, we can download that to our device very easily. Go back across.
Start recording.
And we'll have a look at our device settings. So we have boot up state, Wi-Fi state off, set Wi-Fi password, G sensors on low, sound recording is close or close and open, right? Speaker volume is high, voice control, we're going to keep that off. Image quality is on ultra clear, but you can switch it to normal if necessary. Dashboard camera clock, 1st of the 1st 2018 at 6:25, which is correct. Adjust camera to help us whenever we're actually putting it in the car, which I will do tomorrow. And the TF card status shows that the total storage is that. Events video capacity is 3.5 gigabytes. Normal videos capacity is 10.4 gigabytes. And photos that can be stored is almost 300. Restore default and then about. So this is the version that we are currently using, and it seems to just work. Alright, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go and put this into the car and go for a drive to work in the morning. And then I'll stick the video in here, complete with commentary. So to be honest, in my fingertips, it's heating up a wee bit. Obviously it's recording at a fairly high rate.
Start recording event video.
That's the G sensor kicking in. There's no actual specifications that I can find that shows what resolution the video is captured, which is a bit of a pain. However, everything does seem to be quite nice so far hardware wise. The build, whilst just plastic, is somewhat solid. It's micro USB, which is a step up from
Start recording event video.
so many of the other dash cameras that we have seen recently, and given that this is a third, a quarter, or even a sixth of the price of some of them, it's nice to see. It's a good long cable. The likes of this, very simple and usable, and really I'm considering using this as a dedicated rear windscreen video camera.
Okay, so taking the camera out for a quick rake about the town, we can see straight away that the image quality is a little bit less than what we're used to on the Myo Cam. Looking up, initially you can see the street lights are on and they've got a strange kind of red glow as they're coming toward the car, as do people's headlights, it would appear. There's also a reddish twinge at the edges. You can see the support bar at the right side of the windscreen there is looking a bit red, flashing red and white and red and white. And then down on the bottom left, where the black vinyl of the dashboard is being shaded by the trees, it's black, but whenever we come out into the light, there's a bit of a red twinge to it as well. There's a notable amount of grain across the picture. We have the logo up in the top left-hand corner, which I can't remember from the menu system if there's the ability to turn it off. But there is the time and date up to the right, which is very handy. Now the day itself is particularly grey. There's not too much to see in the sky, which is a bit disappointing. However, the image quality for the details, the colours do seem to be a little bit oversaturated, which isn't a terribly bad thing. It makes things a bit more clear, and it's a sort of falsifying way of making it look like a better picture. For a dashboard camera costing £30, I will totally let this away with it because we've seen similar image quality from cameras 2 or 3 times the price. The video footage is very smooth. There's no lost frames or juttering in any way. And as we're coming up to the mounting this hill here, there's going to be a quick change of video files as it switches, because it saves it in 1 minute intervals. Did you notice that? Neither did I. Well, there was a split there in the video footage. So for a grey day, it does pick up a decent amount of detail. It's a bit of a pity about the discolorization, especially down right now in the right hand corner. You can see a lot of that red. We're coming up to a junction here where you're going to be able to make out some fine details like the car's number plate ahead of us, so you can take a look and see when it comes into sharper focus. And when up close, writing and lettering and things like that is very visible. You can make out that sign quite well. But those brake lights on the back of the Toyota are pretty ghastly, to be honest. They're really oversaturated. And there's a bit of interlacing, as you can see, in the brown sign as it's passing there on the right, as it bends off out of the frame. There's quite a heavy fisheye experience going on here. Okay, so we're going to flip over to night vision. as we drive through the neighbourhoods at the dead of night, or at least 9:15. As you can see, the microphone has been activated for me to be able to test the sound capturing, just to see how much of the noise it actually picks up. The lights do appear to be quite blurred. There's a little bit of rain going on as it spackles across the screen. Now, I've turned on the high beams here just to see how much of a difference that makes, and it does help illuminate the sides quite a lot. It's a bit of a shame about that over bleeding light that is coming off the street lights, but the crucial detail is right ahead of us, and it seems to be making that out quite well. I'll clean the windscreen here to try and get rid of some excess rain, and things do seem to be fairly clear, not great.
Okay, so this is a test of the microphone on the 70 MAI dashcam E42C. I am broadcasting my voice louder than a regular conversation, just to give you a general idea of how good it is. I will now drop down to regular conversation level, just to say a few things, just to make sure that you can understand me, and hopefully it is picking this up. The car is quite quiet, and hopefully you were able to pick all that up. The car is quite quiet. I mean, it is a diesel engine and it's a bit cold out, so it's rattling along a bit, but it's not deafening or anything like that. You should be able to pick me out quite easily.
That was a lovely interjection from me there, just testing the microphone, and it all seemed to be quite noisy, if anything. The car does sound an awful lot louder than it actually is, and I'm surprised at the amount of detail that it picks up on the onboard microphone. So everything in the camera here does seem to be...
Photo was saved.
Oh, excuse me. Does appear to be rather good. I'm quite impressed by what you get here for the £30 that you'd be paying out. If this was £100, then I would be complaining about it. However, for a dash camera that you're just going to stick in your car and forget about, this is absolutely serviceable, and it will really pick up most of the information that you're going to need if there has been a collision. £30 isn't a lot to spend to be able to have that luxury, and it does make you wonder why other companies try to justify having £180 worth of dashboard camera, when really all it is a little bit of extra evidence to prove whose fault it was in a road traffic collision. So thanks very much for watching. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments box below. Hit that subscribe button because it really helps us. We're sitting at around 500 subscribers now. We need to get up to 1,000 in order for monetization to be turned back on after YouTube went and changed their policy, and that'll help keep the channel running and the techaddicts.uk website, and of course the Tech Addicts podcast. Give me a thumbs up if you fancy, and other than that, take care.